Activity Center High School hockey on the air at the mnhockey.tv. We've got a good one. The Minnetonka Skippers and the Wayzata Trojans. We had the big entrance. I love it from the Skippers. Now on come the Wayzata Trojans as they're led to the ice by Garrett Bonello, their goaltender, the senior, wearing sweater number 30, will get the nod. Looks like Brandon Shantz once again is getting that crease ready to go.
Well, that's a little bit different. They've been going with the rotation, but it looks like Brandon Chance is going to get the nod today. As you said, P. Wagner, both goaltenders very solid. Brandon Chance really didn't get challenged too much by the Edina Hornets. Let in a goal early, but basically shut down the Hornets from that point forward, allowing Minnetonka to put a couple in the net and get that win here at the Pagel Activity Center. And that's Wayzata played that Edina team and got shut out by Loudon Hogue 4-0. But I thought they were in that game 50-50. This promises to be a great game today, Pete.
Indeed, it does. And, I was talking to Tom Streeter, one of the coaches here for the Skippers, and I think one of the big things that you can say is he says, look at this. Wayzata gets hammered by Edina 4-0, then we beat Edina 3-1. I go, it could have been 5 or 6 with your post.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah. And he said, but still, we beat them 3-1. And then Edina beats Wayzata 4-rip. EP beats Wayzata 2-1.
Wayzata beat EP 2-1.
Yeah, Wayzata beats EP 2-1. And it's
welcome to the Lake
crazy.
Conference, huh?
Hayden Davison will get the nod as one of the defensemen here for the Wayzata Trojans. He'll be joined on the back line by number 3, Dylan Lewis. He's pretty prolific back there as well.
Well, I have him listed as a forward, but again, you're right. He's 6 goals, 6 assists,
They don't
12
do
points.
them in order here. I forgot.
No
My
worries.
My bad. Here's another starter. It'll be Kyle Mortensen. He's listed as a D.
I hope, anyway.
And then the other D is going to be Parawagi. Oh, my God. We'll get her. So those guys were forwards. I should know better. Totally exposed, but whatever. Get your own damn show.
It's all good, right?
That's right. Now we'll take a look at the Minnetonka Skippers.
Well, the only thing I know for sure about the Skippers today is Teddy Lagerweiss going to take his time getting up to the blue line.
Well, Jake Schneider challenged it a little bit. I mean, he went very, very casual after the deal. Braden Lacombe, he's been really good here for this team this year.
I would venture to say he's probably their most impactful player consistently and taking a big step from last year to this year.
Great
driving
blend
force.
of size and speed.
And Teddy Lagerbach with a slow stroll up.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Nick Henry now, he'll be the other forward. This is a very formidable line.
Yeah, he had a good game
for
against
Sean
Edina.
Goldsworthy's team, yes. And this defenseman right here is one of the better ones you're going to see. Of course, I'm talking about James Miller. And then I love his partner as well on the back line, Duke Kiffin, who's been terrific. Those two do such a nice job handling pressure in the forechecks with no matter what teams throw at them. And I'm looking forward. This is a very heavy Wayzata team that gets after it. So it's going to be a good challenge for this Skipper
Yes, indeed
team.
it is.
we go, national anthem. Well done there, as we're going to take a look at some key stats on tonight's game. Obviously entering this one, these two clubs are about the same in the record category. Minnetonka at 10-8, Wayzata 11-6-1. In goal, Benella with a 2.27 goals against average, chance 2.78. Point leaders on these two teams. First for the Trojans, you see, of course, we're talking about, what do you got there? Is that yeah, we got three guys tied at 7. Gotcha, 17. And of course, we're talking about Jake Schneider, Gavin O'Connell, and Jake Keller. And then for the Minnetonka Skippers, Teddy Lagerback leading the way with 29 points. Power plays are pretty similar, 27, pretty impressive percent for Minnetonka at 21% for Wayzata. Wayzata crushing in the PK category, just about 97%, and Minnetonka at about 82%. So there's a look at the tail of the tape between these two teams as we will get things started. Yeah, I could use it. Yeah. We're good. Here we go, we're underway. As it's controlled now by the Skippers at center. Miller plays that one ahead. That's knocked away by Wagi. Lacombe goes up top as that's off the glass as Lagerback rides on the wall. He's checked on the play as Henry is there. Lagerback comes away with it, works through a stick check. Lacombe, shallow angle, big save, rebound, puck squirts loose. Up to the slot area, Jake Schneider out of the zone. He'll be content to play that off the boards. Lewis is going to forecheck hard on Miller. Miller now will be wedged by Lewis, but there's Kiffin. Here comes Schneider. Now to the right wing side. Kiffin back off to skate. Miller up ice. He'll gain center. Looks to the left wing side. That's off Lagerback. Loads up and shoots. And a nice save made there by Bonello out of the chute as we get to quick start here.
Really good focus by Minnetonka. Came out very, very quickly. That one was actually Miller trying to go far side to Lacombe, but it was Lagerback that got that into skates. Corrala and put a pretty good offering on Bonello. Nice save by the goaltender early in this first period. Thank you for joining us. But a lot of energy so far from this Minnetonka Skipper squad. They're ready to play.
Back in behind the net. Ness's clearing attempt was knocked down by Newhouse. Swatted back into the zone. Out of the lineup tonight for the Minnetonka Skippers will be the senior Dylan Zitzloff on the back end. Joining the lineup will be Charlie Worms, as he will be the sixth defenseman here for Sean Goldsworthy's addition. There's a wrister that hits a Skipper player's streeter on its way through.
Well, Zitzlov is obviously a pretty formidable backliner for the Skippers team, but when you can bring up a junior defenseman like Charlie Worms, I don't think they're going to miss a whole bunch. They're certainly going to miss Dylan Zitzlov with his contributions, but it's nice to have depth for Coach Goldsworthy where you can kind of do a plug-and-play next man up. Face-off now is going to be to Chance Wright.
Kimlinger to draw in against Graham Harris as Harris gets it over for Kiffin. Quinn now from the near boards as he's going to be checked on the play. That's Siemens that brought the leather there. Cut off at center ice, and that's going to be played back in by the Wayzata Trojans. It's Reese Gardner, the sophomore blue liner wearing sweater, very Doug Waite-like, number 39. Gardner sends that one ahead. Now that's going to be played by Harris to the right wing side. At center ice, sticks lift, and the puck sits free. Now the body thrown by the oncoming Cashin Nevi. Now it's going to be Gardner playing that one rink wide for Nevi again, who's going to play that one back in behind the net. Chance will set up for Kiffin. He's going to be watched by Davison. Kiffin slides that over to the near side, off the boards now. That's going to be Jack Anderson ahead, and that's going to be an icing call back down into Minnetonka territory we go.
Well, I thought Waggy could have had that one. In fact, he was just a little bit away from it, but they opted to call the icing, so it's going to come all the way back down in the Minnetonka zone. Wayzata starting to get a little possession of the puck and starting to get their legs about them. But if this is any indication of late conference, there's not going to be a lot of room to move. You're going to have to earn every piece of real estate you get today.
Coming up later tonight, check out our viewing guide, because at 7 we've got two barn burners. It's going to first be Eden Prairie and the Blake Bears from the Community Center. And then it will be Edina and Burnsville, and the Burnsville Blaze are surging. Back in behind the net, there's a chance to the short side that squirts through. And it's going to be Davison that plays that one down low, back into the corner. Skippers to center. Here's a foot race. Henry can fly. He's going to put some pressure on Mortensen. Oh, he's going to get a cross check or an interference. He wants the diving penalty. Nick Henry said he dove. Mortensen now with it. Rink wide. Davison leaves that one up. Across the line with Schneider. He'll play behind, and they're going to have contact with Miller, and you'll have the cross-checking penalty coming up. That one on Nick Henry.
Well, it is going to go on Henry. He doesn't take too many penalties, but just got the stick in the back of the Wayzata defender. He went down in front of the referee, but you have to keep playing until that whistle is blown. But Wayzata, what they wanted to do is you just use that man advantage and get the face-off down in the offensive zone, so they're successful in that. And even 14 minutes left to go in the first period. Wayzata on the power play, and as you said, Pete, 21.4 power play for Wayzata and an 81.8 penalty kill for Minnetonka.
There's a pad save. That's blocked again. Back in behind it goes. Oh, look out. Big forecheck there. Heavy, strong stick by O'Connell. They'll play this one back up to the line. There's Ness to play down to the left wing side. O'Connell again. He'll try to play this away from the defense of Anderson. Picked off up high by Streeter. He finds an opening. Sends that one back in behind the net. Cut off by Bonello as here come the Trojans.
Well, it was a good play by Jack Anderson. He was in kind of a moment of concern, but got the puck up and they cleared it out to burn some time off the clock.
Conan reaches. Now it's going to be O'Connell to the corner. Look, it's a little bit of help with Schneider. Pass Lager back up to Ness. Ness is going to look in. Snapper right into the midsection, handled by Shantz.
Well, Ness had plenty of room to move in. It was the winger that came down to support in the corner, and it really allowed some space for Wayzata. Puck found its way onto Ness's stick, and he put a pretty good offering on Shantz, but Shantz received that one area rebound. And we have 1:15 left in the penalty. Pete, do we have a penalty clock up on the?
Yeah, we do. 1:13 to go.
I'll try to resist the temptation. But puck all the way back down into the Wayzata zone. This is Carson Peters.
Carson Peters, of course, had that big goal last year on these airwaves against Edina, if you remember that one, back at Braemar Arena. Sent back up through center. Peters will have to come back into his own zone to retreat. Ness long pass ahead. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Peters. On the backhand of the forehand, a big pad save on the opportunity by Jack Kimlinger, bidding for goal number 7, but there was Shantz to stand tall in that one. Now, Shantz wasn't very busy against the Hornets. He saw 6-4 and 5 shots in a 15-shot effort. He's already dealing with some pushback here from the Trojans, seeing 3 shots in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, no question about it. Great pass by Carson Peters right on the stick to Kimlinger. He put a good offering on Shantz, but you're right, Pete. It was by committee. Edina came into that third period down by 2 goals and only mustered 5 shots, so Minnetonka playing a very sound, responsible defensive game.
Glove down, Ness rolling puck, shot. Peters, rather. That was Ness. Man, I'm getting 2-5 and 2-2. All I got to do is look for the flowing locks of Ness, and I'm good to go. Off the glass to center. Here's another guy with some hair. Mortensen back pedals. You know, the Trojans right now may have the most flow going of any team we've seen this year. Back in across the line now. That's going to be O'Connell with it. We do take it. We don't pretend to be. We don't pretend to be. But you know what? We do make note. Henry back on the ice. 5-on-5 play now. Back in behind the net it goes.
Good kill by Minnetonka.
Thank you very much, sir. As it's now controlled by the Trojans. 11-6-1 entering this one. Your skipper is 10-8, Bart Archer. On the puck, back in behind the net. They control. That's Jake Keller. Now Henry with it. Henry will play back for Miller. They try to break the forecheck, but the Trojans moving their feet effectively. Sent back through down the rail. Keller plays this one to the corner on the stick now of Lutke. That's in on goal, and that's held onto by Shantz.
So Keller's he's wearing the 42 tonight. Is that correct, Pete?
He's 4-2. You know, we get the multiple numbers on him, 23 or 42, correct?
Yep. I tried to paraphrase it a little bit, but we're good to go now. I didn't know if I should represent it in 2 different areas or just put 2 numbers in the slot.
Yeah, it's something, isn't it?
Yeah. Keeping us guessing. I don't know if that's the best plan.
Well, you do that, then all bets are off.
Right on.
Right?
That's funny.
Puck played over the near boards. It's going to be Lagerback with it. There's a big game going on over the Richfield Ice Arena. I'm kind of intrigued by that. That impacts these Trojans. Not really, but a sectional team in Holy Angels. Who are they? What are they?
Well, this would be a good
test. They're taking on a Benilde St. Margaret's teams, and we'll find out where they fit into the mix in the discussion of the sections, because I was talking to Tom Streeter before this game started, and in this Section 6AA that includes Wayzata, there are 5 teams that could win 3 games.
Absolutely.
A 6th team in St. Louis Park that could win 1 or 2, and so then why not 3? And then we brought up, then where does Holy Angels fit with that as the 7th?
Absolutely. Well, the Orioles have a pretty credible goaltender, and when you have a good goaltender in a one-game format, anything can happen.
Absolutely. To the backhand, that one's knocked away. That hit Anderson on the way through. Lacombe can skate, takes this one into center. He's going to loft that one in wide of the mark as Lagerback will retrieve. He's checked on the play. There's Gardner to play that one ahead. Quick puck moved over to the near side. Back through center they go with it. That's Kimlinger. Now they play this around for Podiak. Podiak plays that one rink wide. On the play now it's Cashin-Nevi. Out front, quick shot. Was that turned aside? Whoa.
Yes, it was.
Big pad save there. Shantz is dialed in. Gardner back in behind the net. Quinn forces him. They'll play this back for Nevi. He's going to guide that one up to the left wing side for Siemens. That's deflected on a fine play by the Skippers, Graham Harris. Sidestepping a would-be checker was Harris, but he goes down. Worms works in on the forecheck. Now it's going to be Peters to play this one left wing side for Siemens. His shot steered aside by Shantz. That's shot number 7 now for the Trojans as they mount here in period number 1. Conan to the left wing side for Keppers. His shot's deflected by Ness. Peters is there to fish. Comes away with a nice catch. He'll look back up through center, wanted to spring. Oh, they do. They find Keller behind the back as he tried to find the oncoming Ben Ludke. He'll take it back in behind. That's knocked away by the defense. Ness from the right wing side. He'll play this behind the net. Ness will chip this one into the corner where it's now on the skate of Gavin O'Connell. A pair of Skippers hound him. That's Bear and Newhouse now in to help out as well. They're still moving the puck. And now it's going to be the Trojans' best part of the game that's ever a rule change, Bart. No whistles on that. Remember that?
I like that,
Oh, that was like watching paint dry. Newhouse goes right wing, looks for Streeter that missed the mark. Back in behind the net. Newhouse now watched by Ness. Newhouse, good body position there. Rink wide, that's deflected away on a nice defensive play by O'Connell there. The winger getting the job done in the D zone. Off the side of the net by Newhouse. Now it's going to be Streeter up to the line. One-timer blocked. Oh, the Trojan bench just dug it. Now it's going to be back in behind as it's going to be Anderson to play that one ahead at the line. That's not offside. O'Connell, skilled player across the line. He takes a whack there by Streeter. That was almost like the steel lumberjack with the axe when they're chopping the tree. Back into the corner they go. Do you ever watch that? That's amazing stuff.
I've seen it, but I don't watch it.
It's all about ESPN2, brother, when there's nothing else on.
The Ocho.
Oh, it's great. Now it's going to be handled by Per Wagi. Off the board, swung on and played to center. Kiffin stopped in his tracks. It's chucked back into Wayzata territory. Wagi now goes against the grain. Oh, that's off the stick. Oh, they call that an ice. I thought it was on the other side, but nope. I think we bring it back down.
Well, he's in good proximity of that, but I thought it actually hit Keller's stick as well, which would have let the play continue, but instead it's going to come all the way down into the Wayzata zone to the right of Bonello. But shots on goal 7-2. Wayzata has an advantage. It was Minnetonka for the first couple of minutes, and then it was Wayzata from that point forward. Minnetonka doing a good job keeping things to the periphery, and when they do get the shots on goal, Brandon Shantz has come up with a couple pretty stellar saves so far.
Yeah, he's been rock solid when called upon here in this one.
But now it's up to Minnetonka to put some pressure on Garrett Bonello, the senior goaltender for the Trojans.
Cut off by Conan at center as he guides it over to the near boards. They'll chop that to the left wing side. Miller comes away with it as he surveys to his left. Ooh, nice little escape there as he drew in Lewis. Sent back off the end boards. Looking one way and going the other was Nevi as they're going to play this one through center. Luckily for Davidson, that didn't go anywhere as he would have had the hand pass action going on there. Instead, back in deep it goes. Lewis looks up for Ness. Instead, goes down low for Schneider. That's knocked away. Davison for Schneider. 6:41 to go. Now Ness sends that one through traffic. Lacombe comes away with it. Lagerback, rink wide for Henry, misses the mark. So far, you got to credit the Trojans looking sharp here today. Mortensen to Schneider, glove save, chance, and that's save number 8. 8-2, your shots on goal with 6:24 to go in the first period.
Well, that was Schneider, too. It was a good shot from the top of the left circle, challenged him on the glove side. But as we said, Chance seems to have good focus on this game. But I'm sure that this Trojan team got some confidence beating the Eden Prairie Eagles in a defensive tussle. So coming into here, they're feeling pretty good about their game.
Over to the right wing side it goes. Fighting off a would-be checker and played back into the corner. On that puck for the Trojans was Cole Sauer. Played back up the middle for Worms, knocked away. Staying on the puck is Drew Streeter of Wayzata. Near side it goes. That's going to be Anderson to guide that one into Wayzata territory as they go back with Perwagi. Quick exit out of the zone. Here they come with it. Sauer. He'll take this one wide, try to find the slot area. Anderson comes away with it for the Skippers. He finds Quinn. Nice defensive play by Gardner. Oh, nice feed there at the line. Here they come with an opportunity sent toward the slot area there by Drew Getz. Quinn chops this one through center. Gardner gathers in, plays it left wing side on the tape of Drew Streeter. Plays this in, back in behind. Skippers, Kiffin off the boards. Brink comes away with it. He plays that one up in the air. Glove down by Peters and offside at the line. 5:21 to go. Oh, the sticks get up.
Well, you don't want to get into a situation
where
we have
a side headlock. It's not quite a choke, and there was no count of 5 there, so we're okay.
Well, you just don't want to get a penalty at this juncture of the period, really, when the play's not even going on. To sit 2 minutes in the box, it is going to be coincidental, so it is going to be at least a minimum of 2 minutes. But then it's 2 minutes in the whistle, and the way this pace is going, it might be up to 3 or 4 minutes. So, but establishing some presence, Lake Conference hockey, we play on.
Siemens and Brink with words on their way back to the bench.
Exchanging pleasantries.
Absolutely. That's going to be played over the near board, sent right back in, wide of the mark. They pin up on the end wall now. Who wants it? Lewis comes away with it. 4:55 to go in the period. Slapper, that's knocked down by the defense. That's Morkin in there for the Skippers. Miller takes over back in behind his own net. He's got some trouble coming his way from Kimlinger. Now it's Lagerback. Lewis back up to the line. Peters, a snapper. Blocker pad save, turn aside and wrap around. Oh, and he just got the blade of the skate on that one, did Chance. That one was blocked up high by Blake Anderson. How's she going? Now it's laid back in behind for Miller. As you like to say, it looks like it hit a soft spot.
Yeah, it did.
He went off just
tender.
Fine, no problem. Miller in across the line, chips it in. Bonello stays firm on that with a blocker pad save to his right. Now back in behind, there's Lagerback, looks out front. Newhouse gathers and pushes that one wide of the mark. Keller now. No relation to Phoenix, Arizona Coyote superstar Clayton Keller.
Clay Keller.
Well, he's a good one, isn't he?
Yeah, indeed he is. But this Keller is pretty good as well.
He could be, for all I know. Had to throw off
the
likeness in the name.
We're being a little presumptuous, but Keller's number 6, 11, and 17 is his line. 2 power play goals, 1 game winner as well. So obviously an offensive force that Minnetonka is going to have to reckon with as this day goes on.
Up the left wing side they go, sent back in behind the net. Newhouse watches as that was slapped around by Kyle Mortensen. Gathered out of the corner now by Lutke as he's going to race up the center ice area, angling to the right. Stopped neatly there by Anderson. Newhouse comes away with it. Chipping that deep as Mortensen back in behind. Turned away as O'Connell as he stays on it. Now they find a shallow angle shot there by Lutke. Up high to the line, played back in deep by Kyle Mortensen. Up to the near boards, Skippers. That's Bear over to the right wing side. Streeter chops away at that one, gets it deep. Back in behind the net, Bonello will set up. Time continues to tick here in stanza number 1, 3:08. Showing on that. Neutral zone play now. Who wants it? The Skippers do. Davison plays deep as he's going to watch Kiffin outlet to Henry. Henry looks ahead, but that hits a pair of skates, and now Henry gets it back. On the forecheck, Schneider joined in there as well by Davison. Now here comes Lewis. Peters, wrister, bounces in, knocked out of there by Shantz. Now it's going to be Anderson with it. He and Kiffin on the end wall for the Skippers. Kiffin comes away with it as he'll look up ice. Ooh, cuts back, nice play there. Henry had Lager back at the line, but instead he's going to lug. Plays this one back in behind Peters to the end boards. Ness jams him on the play. They looked out front. That was Lacombe looking for Lager back, and now it's going to be Ness back in. He'll play this one up the right wing boards, chopped through center. No icing on the play as it's going to be gathered up by Ben Conan of the Minnetonka Skippers. Here he looks to the right wing side. That hops the stick of Liam Worms. Gardner couldn't quite catch up to that. Icing will bring it back into Minnetonka territory.
Well, I really like what Conan was trying to do, trying to get Worms on that right side with speed. The puck, he actually had good direction on that. It just hopped over 6, so hence it's going to come all the way down. Shots on goal, 10 for Wayzata, 3 for Minnetonka. That really kind of been indicative of how this game's been played so far. But every time that a good shot is on goal, it's a chance that comes up with a big save. Keeps it at 0-0.
Now here comes Conan. Conan with it now. Wrister, he's jammed. A couple of 17s greet each other in the corner. Cash and Navy.
A couple of big boys.
Wow. Puck is rattling towards center. That's Drew Streeter on the play. Conan's going to play it back in behind. Gardner gets there quickly as he's watched on the play by Harris. And too many
men. Is that going to be a Minnetonka?
Second one in 2 days.
I'm sure Coach Goldsworthy is going to be pretty happy about that. But 1:33, so barring another penalty or a goal, we're going to finish this period on the power play for Wayzata as Minnetonka gets a too many men on the ice penalty. Really not what the doctor ordered at that point.
$1:33 to go in a very tightly contested first period between these two teams.
Well, it was a good kill on the first one for Minnetonka. They're going to have to replicate that at least to finish this period out. The good thing is they can generally go with their ones here, but in turn, Wayzata can go with their ones as well for the full duration.
10-3 your shots on goal in favor of Wayzata now with a man advantage. Maybe a little more opportunity to add to that number. Play that one rink wide for Ness. Mortensen with a Shass down into the corner, the shot pass.
It's going to get traction one of these days.
I haven't thrown that out all year.
I was going to say.
Because we haven't seen a lot of Shasses this year, to be frank.
Very well calculated.
It's a lost art. That's in on goal.
Boy, Benella took no chances on that one, did he?
No. Do you blame him? The thing was bouncing like a bunch of jacks. Bart Archer has a fan club that just stopped into the press box area here at Pagel Activity Center.
Michael Stansbury's in the house.
There's a rink-wide opportunity for Ness. Wrister, save. That might have actually taken out the left skate of Lutke on the way in. Ness, nice job to keep from the left side. Plays over near side for Mortensen. Tried to backdoor it, but Kiffin breaks up with a nice stick. Found the angle. One-timer. That one's blocked by Anderson. Newhouse is going to carry to center. He'll cut over to the right side. Tries to go through 1-on-3. I don't know. For you young kids at home, I'm good with getting that one deep.
Schneider did a nice job of pinching Newhouse off that puck.
Here they come back in across the line. They'll carry this one. There's a wrister. Laid back up through center as it's going to be Bonello to come out and move it ahead.
Boy,
not much time left.
Good quick hands by Teddy Lagerbach for that clear. Didn't have a lot of time, and he made the most of it.
Lagerbach runs into O'Connell. Over comes Ness to say, hey, what's up?
Making friends.
We'll see you in the Elite League. Oh, wait, because Lagerbach is graduating, but you know how that goes.
Is he going to Arizona State?
Where are we getting the soda?
Making plans for after the contest.
Absolutely.
But shots on goal, P. Wagner, 10-4 advantage Wayzata, and that's indicative of how this period was played. I thought that.
That's what that means right there.
ASU, okay. And I can even see that, so I didn't even need my glasses. That's impressive. But pretty good period. Not a lot of room to move out there, but Wayzata did a good job of moving the puck up the ice. A little bit more room in the neutral zone than I thought, but the second period is going to prove interesting to see how this pans out. But 0-0 is how we go into the scoreboard. There is going to be a power play for another 28 seconds for Wayzata, so not a bad thing to come out of the period break with the man advantage.
High school hockey continues right here from the Pagel Activity Center. It is 0-0, as Bart Archer mentioned. And once again, don't forget today's coverage presented by Gemini Athletic, where you can check them out at GeminiAthletic.com. Chris Bonvino and his team have all of your jersey and team apparel needs covered from youth to all the way up to the highest of levels. We'll be back with more right after this.
Too heavy? Try it.
I got it.
Lift it up. 1, 2, 3. Good. Looks great.
Wow, this looks amazing. Can I help you make a few?
Sure.
You sure?
Uh-huh.
Hi, I'm Derek. Nice to meet you. So how long have you been doing this?
2 years.
2 years. So you're an expert.
Yes.
Can you do one with my name?
Sure.
D-E-R-E-K?
D-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
D-E-R-E-K.
Yes.
Okay.
What's the ultimate dream for your business?
I really wish I had more bracelets to make every single day.
What do you do with the money?
We have this hunger project that I give back to the kids that don't have enough money to buy food.
So the more bracelets you make, the more money you raise, and then the more kids you can help out. How long have you had this dream?
10 years.
So you're 6 years old and you had the dream for 10 years. That's pretty good. That's someone that knows what they want to do in life.
Yeah.
Okay, now, what do you think about this?
Ooh. Yeah.
Pretty good?
Yep.
Okay.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamite's, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. We have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamite is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing, and you got heads down and panting, and remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
Free to the viewers broadcast at the MNHockey.tv, like all of them, and every guy here actually costs money, so we appreciate our sponsors so we can make it free for the viewers. And we'll also suggest that it's a little tricky in this building for us to get, I don't know what it's the lighting or what the deal is. So
and we've been coming here for quite a while too, so there's a bit of a gremlin. But
yeah, it is. I mean, we don't have that at EP or at the Mar or St. Louis Park or Richfield.
But we do appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us throughout the years, really, but today especially as well.
And it's absolutely free.
And it's you get what you pay for.
It's absolutely free. Isn't that wonderful?
Well, and you should get a tap on the shins, Pete, for all the work that you put in to make this even possible.
Because it's free.
Well, it's not free in that respect because a lot of labor.
I'm being a bit of
a lot of time,
wise,
a little facetious.
You know
I understand that. But there is a lot of work that goes into these, and it's all for your pleasure, so we hope you enjoy it. Shots on goal that period were 10 for Wayzata, 4 for Minnetonka, and that's a guideline. But it's going to be Wayzata on the power play for about 25 seconds.
2 of those 4 grade A chances for the Minnetonka Skippers to start the game, literally within the first 15, 20 seconds. And from then, 2 dump-ins that were the other 2 shots. So, wow, credit this Wayzata Trojan team, as our good friend up top here mentioned to us that ice was tilted.
Well, and this isn't an easy place to come in and play and have success.
Now, keep in mind, Edina had a great first period against Minnetonka. The Skippers just seized control of that game.
Yeah, they took it back.
Back in across the line. O'Connell back into the corner they go. And that's going to be Keller that was there. Miller outlets to Streeter. Griffin Streeter. Glove down, Lagerback. Ooh, they said he closed his hand, or it was off. One or the other. Nonetheless, he gets a good scoring chance.
Indeed he did. It's a good sign for Minnetonka when Lagerbach's got the puck in that area.
Bonello was there. Ness comes away with it, plays this up through center. Now it's going to be Bear who backpedals, looks ahead. Newhouse turns this one from left to right across center. Nice stick there by Davison to shut that one down. Now it's going to be knocked to center again. Conan is there. He looks over to his partner. That's going to be Bear with it. He's checked on the play. Not a lot of time to dust it off against this Wayzata Trojan team. They're going to make you pay. And if you want to go off for the skates, you're not going to go too far with it against this edition either.
Yeah, they certainly don't give you a lot of room to move, that's for sure.
Puck will be slammed back in behind the net. Long pass ahead, cut off by Peters. Now Lagerback going to try and angle his way across the line as he's stopped and quickly moved off the skates of Davison. Lagerback poked off him again by Davison as it's going to be Bear with it. He turns away, looks up ice, too far for Lacombe. Icing, and back into the Minnetonka zone we go.
Well, Bear really did a nice escape job and then got a little aggressive on the pass, so hence it goes all the way down for an icing. So the faceoff is going to come to senior goaltender Brandon Chance left. 15:01 left in the second period. Minnetonka showing again some good energy, but another offensive zone faceoff for this Trojan team.
Are we listening to Motley Crue right now?
I don't know, but it's awful loud.
It's so loud you can't even
right.
tell what it is.
Distortion.
Or are we just becoming grouchy old men?
Thank you for the we. I thought you were just going to say that I'm the grouchy old man. By the way, get out of my yard. No, I'm kidding.
You do receive the senior discount now, don't you?
I don't even ask for it.
Do you have an ARP card?
No.
You do, don't you?
No, I've been getting offerings for about 15 years
it's
now.
Insane.
Though.
I know. They start at about 40, don't they? Relentless.
Yes. But now a good opportunity for Minnetonka. Wayzata's been pretty effective in the faceoff dots.
Exactly what I was thinking right there as they'll regroup back in behind their own net with Siemens. Looks ahead. Kiffin knocks that back in. Navy with it. Now it's going to be Harris as he turns this one up. Quinn with them. Worms as well. Knocked away by Gardner. Boy, he's a slick-looking defenseman, the sophomore. Shoveled back in, a little too much juice. And back into the skipper zone we go.
Well, Worms did a nice job of pinching right before the red line and really freed the puck up for this skipper team. They turned it back up. They were coming in with numbers, but tried to do a dangle between the skates, but you can't really do that with great success against this Wayzata Trojan team. So maybe a shot on goal followed up with maybe perhaps a rebound, but at least they're getting some zone time.
Streeter off the draw from Peter Morkin, back in behind Keppers. gathers this one, lays that one up. Quick one-timer there by Streeter off the post. That's now 4 posts in 5 periods for this Skipper edition.
Well, they're getting opportunities.
Just clanking them. Back at center, Streeter plays off the near boards. Conan stepping into that one's Miller. He had to put on the brakes. And now it's going to be the Trojans in possession across the line with Streeter. Their version of Streeter, that's Drew. Back into the corner with Morgan on him.
Great stick by Conan on that one.
And there he comes away with it. Got a little bit of help off the end wall with Morgan, who will carry this across the checkered. That misses the mark, but no ice on the play as it's going to be Ness back in behind his net. He'll cross underneath with Mortensen and look up the right wing side. Back at center, deflected in neatly by Ben Lutke. And it's going to be Bear. Oh, he's out muscled there. One-timer back door. Scores! Oh, tic-tac-toe. Trojans lead 1-0.
Wow, just a bit of a misplay, and it was Wayzata that gathered it up and made a tic-tac-toe play, but it was Ben Litke, the senior forward, scoring his second goal. He has a number of assists, but now he gets finally rewarded for a lot of hard work, but it's Wayzata that draws first blood. 13-14 left in the second period, but it was a tic-tac-toe play. Chance really didn't have a chance on that one.
At 1-0 now, it's going to be the Trojans bumping off the boards in their own zone. Nice job to pinch by Miller as he's watched on the play by O'Connell, but back in behind for Lacombe, right corner. Lacombe watched by Mortensen, wins the battle, plays that up along the right wing rail for Gavin O'Connell. He's going to leave that one up for Mortensen. Across the line, Mortensen's wrister misses the mark. Keller now checked on the play. Tough sledding there down the rail as Keller gets away from one-man offensive zone time for the Trojans. Now it's going to be Henry out of the zone. They took away any pass through center ice. And now it's going to be Lacombe. Off his stick, O'Connell. Ludke is there. Mortensen, nice job across the line. An even better job to keep it there by Ben Ludke. Miller lays that one ahead off. Lagerback stick gets it back. He had Harris there momentarily. Miller takes over at center. Back across the line. Harris has Worms, try to go back door, but there to cover up defensively is Jake Schneider. In the center ice area it goes. That one's going to be too far, and that will trickle in for an icicle. Oh! The Skipper fans are saying, wow.
Drew the ire of the hometown faithful. But it is going to come all the way back, and it's going to be to Bonello's left. Well, 1-0. Wayzata gets that first goal of the game.
Trojans fans that were
up in
arms.
Right, okay. We'll hit the rewind button. Nonetheless, but Minnetonka being scored on, looks like they have a little bit more purpose, a little better focus moving forward.
At 11:56 off the draw, it's going to be Lewis over to the right wing side for Jake Schneider. Loses the handle. He's going to find the trailing defense, and Gardner pushes it down low. Lewis now with it. He's checked by the Skippers, Graham Harris. Lewis gets some help from Schneider. Conan comes away with it, finds Bear. Pinching over from the left wing side. Navy plays that one in deep as Harris gathers. Up high they go to Quinn, gets it through center, but Lewis is going to angle and win the battle and get the hands. Textbook. Back in behind the net. Navy plays that up to the left wing for Davison. And the Skippers
almost another too many men
there. Or was that the Trojans barking for too many?
That was Trojans barking. Might have had a point too.
Boy, that would have been 3 in 2 games.
Yeah, and that's not a characteristic that we're familiar with.
Wow,
with
that one slithered its way through the numerous banners here as we keep on playing. Ness will knock that away to the right wing side. Here they come now across the line. That's Podiak. Checked on the play by Keppers. Podiak tries to battle that one through. That one is behind the intended stick of Kimlinger as Peters regroups D-to-D for Ness. Ness angles, but that's deflected by Keppers through center. Back into Skipper territory it goes. Knocked away there by Kiffin. Poked at by Siemens. Back in behind the net. Kiffin's going to be pinched and wedged by Siemens as he goes down. Newhouse fishes out of there. Makes a move at the line, gets by one man, has a possible 2-on-1. Finds a backdoor feed for Streeter, had to reach back, couldn't pull the trigger. Now there's Keppers, shot to save Bonello. Stood up as Newhouse. Look out, here they come back out of the zone. It's Ness leading the way. The defenseman will just slide that in on goal as Shantz will steer it to the near boards. Kimlinger is there. Now into the corner, it's going to be Siemens, checked on the play. Conan as well. Conan wins that battle. He's going to be stood up. Boy, Siemens has been out there for a bit. Now Miller knocked down off the stick of Podiak, and there's Peters to keep the line. Siemens again. Now that's going to be Sauer, rather, as they play this over to Lagerback, left wing side. He's closed on by Waggy. That's deflected up high off Bonello. Now it's the Trojans to look ahead. Nice job, strong stick by Drew Getz. Conan watches him deep. Here comes Miller over to make the play. Now it's going to be played over for Lagerback. He'll play it rink wide. Nice feed to Henry across center. He's got Lacombe open, but that hit the skate of Mortensen on the way through. Know where it goes. Now it's Henry, stick handling to the corner. He's canceled by Mortensen. Lagerback to take over. He'll walk up from the left wing side. Sends a shot through traffic. Bonello steers that one aside. Streeter lays that one ahead. Icing will be your call as it trickles wide of Shantz.
Wow, there's been some life for Minnetonka on the offensive side. They have a post in the second period, plus a couple pretty good shots on goal. But Garrett Bonello, a very confident goaltender, coming out to challenge shots on goal. Now 12-8. So slowly but surely, this Minnetonka team is chipping away and becoming offensively relevant in this game. Down by one, offensive zone faceoff.
Bart Archer riffing on that guitar solo.
Yeah, my air guitar. Haven't made his
that
mistake
opener.
yet in 20 years.
Spot on every time.
Right on.
You'd make Alan Collins blush during Freebird.
Right.
Did you know he's such a perfectionist that he would go back through on those live tracks and replay stuff?
Really?
Oh, yeah. He just had to be a certain way. And it's like, dude, it sounds perfect.
Well, that's probably one of the reasons why he's so successful.
I'm Alan Collins. You get that?
Details.
The Great Late. Back up through center ice, they go with it now. Lutke accelerates, stays on the puck, and Harris was there. Kicked up through center by Anderson, hit the linesman. There's Gardner to be opportunistic, plays it back in across the line. They'll pin now along the boards, looking for possession as the clock wiggles down to 7:55.
Been a pretty good pace.
It has. Played rink wide. Anderson, without Zitzloff in the lineup, you can feel they know what they're doing defensively, but it's like a glove the way these three sets have worked here in Minnetonka.
No, I agree. It kind of you lose your symmetry, so to speak.
Real, right?
I agree.
Back up through center, Kiffin. He had Liam Worms with him. Checked on the play. It's cut off. That's Navy who's pickpocketed. Here comes Newhouse. He can fly. Ooh, he loses an edge. Keppers gets it, though. Keppers cuts the forehand to the net strong. Went Streeter, but he was upended by the defense. That was Davison that made that play.
Well, and Streeter did a great job of avoiding the goaltender, too, at a high rate of speed, so otherwise it might have been perhaps a penalty, so nice job by Streeter.
The old GTI. Gardner now. That hits a pair of skates, bumps off the boards. Swatted back in by Davison. Here comes Lewis. Fished out of there by Kiffin. Back up to the line. Peters fakes the shot and plays that back in behind for Lewis as he'll work it out of the corner. Bothered by Kiffin. Schneider now. He has a man open. Davison in front. That went through the wickets. Peters gets to the line, can't keep as here comes Streeter with speed. He had Newhouse. Good hand-eye, knocks it down, but here's Lewis. Lewis loads up, shoots, save made by Shantz. Took it by surprise. And you know what? A shot right between the 5-hole. Always a good one.
Well, indeed, and he used the defenseman as a partial screen as well. Did a nice job at turning to the middle and letting one go, but he was after a battle, and they're still engaged. It's Kiffin and Kimlinger, two of the prominent players on their respective teams, kind of engaged and locked up with the no harm, no foul. Nobody's going to go, which I think is the good call, but the intensity's there. A little bit more room in the second period for teams to kind of work their skills.
It's been a very heavy, hard game.
Indeed it has. A lot of pride in these programs.
Very typical rather of the Lake Conference, right? I mean, it's just what you get.
Absolutely, all the boxes are being checked.
There really are no boxes of chocolates here because you know what you're going to get.
Oh, geez, Forrest.
Run.
Mama says.
Huh. Are you a good driver? Over to the right wing side now. It's going to be Lacombe. Nice feed to him. Nice gather. Glove down, but Henry follows through on that one. Peters is there to muscle his way and guide this one along the near boards. Reaching back through center ice. It's Podiak to the right wing side. Ness gets away from that hipper. They have a man open in front, backhand. Scores! Oh, what a play! What patience in front. You can see it developing, but credit Ness. Got away from the hipper and found the man open. It's 2-0 Wayzata.
Well, that was a good job of Wayzata just moving the puck to the open man, moving it up. It was Ness that actually had it just inside the zone on the right side. Went all the way over to Kimlinger, and Kimlinger drew the goaltender over and then put it on the far side. And for Kimlinger, that's goal number 7. But now it's 2-0 Wayzata. Time is of the issue, at least in this period, 5:45. So Minnetonka wants to at least get back into the offensive role on this and get some success, but Wayzata is just too strong right now.
And Pat O'Leary is going to the fourth line quite often. So he's going to the depth, and they can come with pace and tempo.
Well, indeed, as long as you don't lose the mojo, which they likely won't do, but you can rest your primaries and
keep them going.
Just keep rolling, keep everybody invested.
Streeter now back in behind for Wayzata. Of course, referring to Drew Streeter, not to be confused with Minnetonka's Griffin. Worms will play this one in deep. Now for the Trojans, that was Waggy from the corner who played that one ahead on the stick of Mortensen. Sends that into Minnetonka territory as Shantz plays that one ahead. Now Griffin Streeter across the line. They have a 4-on-2. Harris fell. He's now the late man. Back door, and that one was turned away.
Great stick by O'Connell.
Wow. What an opportunity. Back in behind it goes. Chopped away by Kiffin. Here comes Griffin Streeter with it. That's off the skates of the oncoming Gavin O'Connell. Now it's Newhouse. He gets stripped of the puck. There's a wrister. Nice glove save. Don't underestimate that one by Shantz.
No, in fact, that was a great save just from the top of the right dot to try to go glove side just under the bar, but another misplay by Minnetonka. The puck is not being friendly to Minnetonka sticks right now. They can't corral it or sustain. They had a really good opportunity down low, but it was O'Connell that came down, and then it was Wayzata that came down and got another good offering on Brandon Shantz, but 2-0, 4:29 left in the second period. It was a pretty good pushback by Minnetonka, though.
Conan now up the right wing boards. Plays that one through, icing back into skipper turf we go with 4:19 to go. Shots on goal now are 14-8 in favor of Wayzata.
Well, I was talking to Josh from the Minnetonka Hockey Hub, which is sitting next to me, and the shots are more of a guideline. He had a complete different total, and I'm likely to kind of migrate to him, but it's a good guide, but 18-4 is indicative of who's controlling the play. But Minnetonka not going away easily. They just have a mountain to climb.
On the board, they've got 14-8.
Yep, that's what we'll go with.
Here's Keppers. It's funny how people have differing opinions. There is nothing to debate.
Right.
To the right wing side they go. Lutke. Shot over the top of the goal. There was Keller. What a feed there.
Well,
take a look at this one on replay.
Another odd man rush where Wayzata turns it up in transition, comes down with numbers. And here you can see it, just turns it back up, and they come up with speed. 2-on-1 as it stands. Another good look at the goal. But
really nice feed there.
Absolutely.
No, that was the opportunity that went back up over the top of the net on that transition 2-on-1. There's a wrister that's blocked. Over to the corner, Anderson is there. Blake Anderson ahead for Morgan, knocked down. Depth being employed here now by Sean Goldsworthy's addition. Gardner plays that one down. Anderson comes away with it, looks up ice, but that's going to be cut off. Anderson again, big frame. Now it's going to be Miller, turns away from the oncoming Jake Schneider, forced and flushed all the way back in behind. Lewis plays the body there. Now Lewis, bounding puck. Morgan hammers him. That was off Shant's stick. Up to the line, Gardner. Back into the corner now on the stick of Schneider. Stopped by Miller. Nice job there, but now Schneider wins the battle. He's got Davison open to the corner. Nice stick by Miller to thwart that would-be opportunity up to the blue line. And they continue to battle off the end wall. Bear is there. Now it's Lewis. Lewis back up to the left point. Walking as Lewis puts on the brakes. Gardner back into the corner. Schneider turned away by Miller. Stays on the puck. Now here comes Lewis. Rotating up high as F3 was Schneider. And that one's going to be an icing call as the puck will be retrieved and sent right back into Minnetonka territory.
Well, very effective shift by Wayzata. Seemed to win the one-on-one battles coming out with possession, but Minnetonka, very heads-up play by Blake Anderson just to send the puck down the ice, give him a chance to reset, get some fresh legs out there. Trying moment for Minnetonka. They survived.
Face-off win. Waggy wide of the mark. Mortensen races from the left side. In deep he goes. Waiting on that puck as Siemens looks out front. Henry comes away with it. Has some real estate. Wanted to go toss, but that was picked off. Almost like a free safety was Per Waggy.
Yeah, jumped the route.
Absolutely. Now here comes Kiffin as he's hounded on the play. Boy, this is a forechecking machine.
Yeah, they are.
And the Wayzata Trojans' angles are amazing.
Yep.
Lagerback, shot in on goal, glove down by Bonello. Now we'll face off to his left.
Well, and again, Teddy Lagerbach engaging in conversation with, it looked like Podiak, but, maybe get the focus back and try to get a shot on the board. But, the way Wayzata plays their game with their forechecks, with their solid defense, this really bodes quite well going into sections because this is the style of play that it's going to take to win sections.
No question. There's Lacombe. Now it's Kiffin. Shots deflected off the boards. They try to play that one ahead. Kiffin looks to play this one back, and there's two sticks on the ice, two Trojans
the yard sale.
picking up at literally the same time. That was both defensemen, Waggy and Mortensen. Back to center now. Miller with it with a $1:39 rather to go in the period. Bonello cuts that one off. Waggy's going to ring it to the right wing side. That's Getz with it. Stopped by Lagerback. Too far for Streeter. And icing back into the Trojan zone.
Well, that puck came on him in a hurry. I don't think that Drew Streeter for the Trojans was ready for that one because that came with some velocity, but missed everybody. So icing Wayzata, but an offensive zone faceoff as time winds down in this second period. Down by 2. About a minute 29 left in this period. Very important faceoff. Hunter Newhouse in the faceoff dot against Ben Ledke for Wayzata. Holy cow.
We're getting an extended version here of Jump. Love it. The heavy keyboard sound that almost seemed blasphemous at the time of Van Halen. It's like, what is this? Over the left wing side, it's Keppers at center. Ain't talking about love to that. Okay. Now it's going to be off the boards and handled by Conan. Now it's Anderson again. Finds Conan.
See how the puck's rolling on him a little bit?
Yeah, fan on that one. Well, and that looked like that was just, some footsteps.
Yep.
Over to the right wing side. Keller. Oncoming is O'Connell. He'll turn away, wait for Keller to the corner. Nice feed there. Oh, they're going to drop a man down from up high. That was Lutke on his way over. Now it's going to be Anderson. Not a lot of time to work. They're taking their decisions and wings away. They're just absolutely suffocating on the breakout. And it's not an overly aggressive forecheck at all. I mean, it's purposeful.
No, a lot of
for
it's
the
just
Trojans.
positioning.
Absolutely. And taking options away. Knocked down on the stick. There's Schneider across the line. We're down to 16 to go in the period. Miller guides that over to the left wing side. Here comes Newhouse, accelerating with speed through center. He'll slice through traffic. Knocked off to the side, swung around the boards. Miller is there. Sits on it for a minute. Now there's a wrister from Kiffin at the buzzer, and that does it for the period. A good one for the Trojans as they break the 0-0 tie and take the 2-0 lead.
Well, indeed it was. It was Miller that actually was looking for an option. He wanted to put that puck back on net, but there was a Wayzata right in front of him, so he sent it over to Kiffin, and they ran out of time, but that's just how Wayzata closes the gaps and takes the space away. So you got to anticipate before you get the puck what you're going to do. But another good period by Wayzata. They put a couple on the board, and it was Lidke that scored his second and Kimlinger that scored his seventh. But that's where we stand right now. Wayzata going in to the second intermission with a 2-goal advantage over Minnetonka.
Wow, there's some good chirping going on right now.
Well, I just don't think they can find a venue to have that soda after the game.
Kiffin and O'Connell are going at it. And then Kiffin was letting Tucker Ness know. Oh, and then Kiffin takes a shot at this is going to be a great third period. I love it.
A lot of emotion.
Oh, I like it. They're contested here from the Pagel Activity Center. 2-0 in favor of Wayzata. We'll have more coming up right after this.
I think that being in a sport, it has built into it the concept that we are going to face a challenge. When we do sport the right way, we are teaching values. We're teaching kids how to be hard workers. We're teaching kids how to be courageous, to be fearless. Dynamites, because we have a focus on whole life youth development, physical, academic, social and spiritual excellence, we get that we're trying to develop people to be whole people. And I think that when you combine that mission with sport, I think you naturally get that. We have programs in each of those 4 areas. We have ice hockey for physical excellence. Academic excellence includes academic support like one-on-one tutoring. We have a summer academic camp. Social excellence includes our big community service project, Greg Carroll Learn to Skate, and also we're faith-based. So when kids are old enough, they have the choice to go to summer camp, kind of that traditional summer church camp. Every kid in the program has multiple mentors. If they're in tutoring, they have a very special mentor that's just their very own. And then of course the hockey coaches are mentors, and of course all the staff are mentors too. So we have a very high retention rate. Dynamite's high school graduation rate over 20 years is 85%. And over the last 5 years, 96% have graduated, which is really significant because right now Minneapolis Public Schools is reporting that their graduation rate is 53%. So that, I think, is another measure that shows that Dynamites is working. Being a faith-based organization, I think we're able to say things that are really powerful sometimes. You might say to the kids, like, we're gonna do some hard things today. And we want you to remember we can do all things through Christ who gives me strength. A few minutes later, we might be asking them to do that hard thing and you got heads down and panting. And remind them, remember, you have strength. God's given you the strength to do this. You have the strength that you need inside you right now. They might even remember the moments where they began to believe that, where they began to believe, I should be fearless. Only believe, do not fear.
You know, the difference maker is just the the personal interest level we take, where it's just more than a job. We really feel, a passion for serving the clients and really taking care of them. I think the loan officer group we have, it's not about the money, it's about the satisfaction when you're sitting at the closing table with the clients and you've done a good job for them and they're happy, and you see the joy that you bring their families. Helping be a guide for someone when they're going through what quite typically is the largest single investment someone's going to make in their life, their home. For that trust they place in us, it's really satisfying to be able to provide that service. And I think that there's a little bit of a oversimplification of what the mortgage process is really all about, and certainly, the ability to close a transaction quickly and with the least amount of brain damage involved, I can appreciate, but there's a tremendous amount of thought that needs to go into the selection of the product itself, and then to be able to sit down with a experienced professional is extremely important to make sure you're making the right choice. And once we've come to that conclusion that this does make sense and the customer does want to move forward, certainly being able to fast track it and use all the technology available to get to the closing table as fast and as efficiently as possible.
I don't know what was going on there, but they were messing around with the camera settings, and yours truly to the rescue.
Again.
Right,
You're a troubleshooter, problem solver.
Just do it all.
Or problem creator. I'm not sure
but a little
which
both.
one that is. 5-on-5 to start. Blocked out front by Kiff, and there's Lewis to throw the leather. And back across center, it's Keppers as they're checked on that play and sent back in behind. Honestly, I don't know what it is about this arena, but it's just tough to get the color down in here. It's different. We don't have that issue anywhere else. Rink wide it goes. And that one, the old rule, and I liked it, that if it hit the blue paint, that would be washed.
Yeah.
I love that idea.
Well, they should go back to that. But
All about it.
Scoring summary in the second period. It was Ludke that scored his second from O'Connell and Kimlinger. I know it was Kimlinger with his seventh from Podiak and Ness shots on goal that period. 4 for Wayzata, 2-period total of 14, and 6 for Minnetonka, 2-period total of 10. Minnetonka's got to get on their horse and get their offensive game going.
Yeah, they do. Trojans have taken a lot of the offensive chances away from the Skippers with back pressure like this. There's a shot that's blocked, and here they come out of the zone with O'Connell. Miller, Ness, now he's going to guide that one back in. Ness will work it to the corner with Bear as it'll be played back up. Conan back in behind as Keller reads him. Bear comes back away with it. Back over for Conan, looks up ice to the right wing side. Guided in by Streeter, cut off by Gardner. Over for Ness. Tucker Ness looks ahead. That's going to be an icing call, Bart. Back into Wayzata territory we go.
Well, one thing that Minnetonka was having trouble with is just getting a sequence of a couple different passes in order. It was a pretty good exit out of their zone and then got it up to the offensive blue line, but that's where Wayzata tightens up a little bit and just turns the play back up, hence an icing call. But Minnetonka, good first pass out of the zone, so something to be encouraged about, but it looks like they have a little better focus this period. Whether they can sustain it or not, I guess. Oh, big shot. And that was Liam Worms that did a nice redirect on that.
Yeah, take a look at that one on replay.
But I think it was Harris that actually snuck that puck out right into the zone. A nice redirect, but Bonello right on top of that one, holds on to it, face off to his left. But that's probably the best scoring opportunity that Minnetonka's had in about 10 to 12 minutes. And Coach Goldsworthy takes the forward unit. It's Lacombe, Keppers, and Lagerbach out forward unit for Minnetonka.
Lagerbach shot it on goal. Bonello steered that over for Gardner. Came right back at him. Bonello, that is. Now it's Anderson. Right side, Kiffin. Snapper. Pad save, turned aside. And now it's peeled out of there by Drew Streeter. Ahead he goes to Getz. Getz, that's deflected by Keppers. Bounding puck into the corner for Streeter. Checked by Kiffin. Now to help out, it's going to be Sauer. And Anderson is in there as well. Puck is still loose. Who wants it? 2-on-2. This is a nice little battle here. Now Lacombe comes out of there. Nice patience by 11. He works it out of the zone. 3-on-3. Stepping up as Anderson to turn it into a 4-on-3, but he's covered by Sauer. The responsibility here is next level.
Oh, it looks like we're going to have a penalty, and it looks like it's going to be Drew Streeter for Wayzata. Have to wait for the official call, but it was behind the play. It's going to be interference call. So really a great opportunity for this Skippers team. 27.1, very formidable power play against an 89.3 penalty kill. So two Titans going to go at it, but Minnetonka really needs some positive. And it doesn't mean that they need to necessarily score in this power play, but just get into their offensive rhythm that's been lacking so far for two periods and some change.
Back in behind it goes. It's going to be Schneider. Power play for the Skippers, Barden. They got a gaudy one. It's good. Newhouse, one-timer. That one off the side of the net. That was a bid that came from the left wing side by Bear. Now Conan over to the near side. Bear back over for Streeter. Too far for Conan. They'll be forced to regroup at center. Conan back over for Bear, rather. Back over for Conan. So wind it back through center. Lewis got a piece, but instead it's going to be Henry. Off the glass behind. Oh, funny carom off the end glass. Didn't hit a stanchion. Just so it didn't.
Saw it in the Edina game, too.
Slapped off the glass. He score! Conan I don't know if that was deflected by Henry, but it's 2-1.
It was deflected by Henry, but a nice offering by Conan, just turned and fired it toward the goal, but we're going to give that one to Henry, and that's on the power play. So just with the Dr. Orton for Henry, that's goal number 5. But Conan, a nice offering, didn't stay in a wind up, try to square up or anything. He just sent it back toward the net, and the puck had eyes and eluded Garrett Bonello, the goaltender for the Trojans, but 13:32 left in regulation. Power play goal Minnetonka. Now it's 2-1. Little different hockey game. I'm sure that Wayzata is just going to continue business as usual because they've been affected, but Minnetonka, their spirits have to be buoyant.
Here come the Skippers now, re-energized after the power play goal. The special teams go to work for the white and blue. Lacombe, he was tripped up on the play, but here they come, 3-on-1 across the line. A trailer, that's a nice play by Miller as he steals that one away from O'Connell, who was looking to load it up. Peters plays that one ahead for Lutke. Now it's going to be O'Connell across the line. Feeds the far side. Keller, and a stick, a sprawling save. Mark the tape there. That was a beauty by Shantz. Difference maker.
He's without a stick.
Keller back in behind the net, works his way to some open space for Gardner now. Worms was there with the stick, but that didn't do much to thwart that opportunity. Now down low it goes to Kiffin. Rink wide, that's going to be O'Connell to play that one. Now it's going to be Lacombe again, as Lacombe looks this one through center. That's played back through by Navy, and now it's going to be Kiffin. He's going to be checked on the play. Davison is there. Schneider now down on Conan. Here comes Harris with it as he looks over to the right wing side too far. That will take the perfect Karam. No, it won't, just wide.
Well, Harris did a really heads-up play because it was Shantz that lost the stick, and it was Lacombe that actually, not intentionally, but knocked it farther away behind the net, so there was no chance for Shantz to go get it. But Harris, in just a moment, grabbed the stick, put it into his goaltender hands, and then they iced the puck to relieve some pressure, but Minnetonka dodged that bullet.
Back through center. Quinn now on the move. Now it's Harris with it. He plays back in behind. Worms finds Quinn. They're looking to tie it. Conan wanted to pull the trigger. Boy, he was down low right inside the top of the right circle. Worms is checked on the play by Ness, who threw an extra shiver. Back through center, the puck will dribble into Minnetonka's zone.
Well, and Worms and Ness are still talking, but Ness was involved in kind of the verbal sparring at the end of the period, so he's still continuing to play with emotions, but he pasted Worms pretty hard, but Worms no worse for the wear. They had a little conversation coming back. Just a little sub-stories in the big story. But 11:51, as you can see, shots on goal now, 15 for Wayzata, 14 for Minnetonka, so slowly they're creeping up to that, to balancing that out. But Minnetonka's been very strong this period. They seem like they have better focus, better purpose, and the puck isn't fighting them as it stands.
Streeter off the draw. Back to the right wing side it goes for the Trojans. Henry, the heavy check, but nice strength by Getz to stay on the wheels. Pulled out of there. Here they come. Streeter with it. Off the glass. The Karam all the way around. Now it's going to be Griffin Streeter. Got Drew Streeter in yellow and Griffin in white. A glove save. That was a heavy shot that came in out of nowhere from Henry, and it was a good look by Bonello, but it got up on him quick.
Yeah, he actually had it ticketed for the glove side, but it was Getz and Miller that were engaged. Miller actually spearheaded that rush and really afforded some time because it was Getz who had to follow Miller on that play, so it gave him some extra room. Pretty good offering by Henry. Going for another goal.
Down the left wing rail it goes. Lacombe is checked on the play. Ness is there, so is Lagerback. Chopped at. Played through. It's going to be weird doing the Hornet game without you tonight. Yeah. I mean, it's just, have we ever done one? Not?
I don't know.
We have. You did one without me when I was running the Valentine's Day Massacre pro wrestling event or something.
Gotcha.
Remember?
Yeah, indeed I do.
That was against these Skippers and the Hornets. You had about 20,000 viewers. Lit it up. Who needs me?
Oh, please.
Oh, here's Kiffin. So it is going to be odd. That's going to be an icing call, as that was through the wickets of Keppers.
He just tried to corral it with his skates, and the puck just eluded him, so it is going to come all the way down. It's going to be to Schatz's right, it looks like. 10:42, still plenty of time. Shots are now 15-15, but it's been Minnetonka really all third period so far. They do have a tally on the board to cut the lead to 1, but Wayzata, they haven't stopped playing that Wayzata brand, so Minnetonka's doing some good things.
Snapped in on goal as Chance makes the save. You can go into lead protection mode, play with some responsible hockey, but if you go too shell, it's like the prevent D in football.
Absolutely.
We know what that's all
Just
about.
keep playing.
Play to the high stick.
It looks like it's going to come all the way down into the Wayzata zone as a consequence of that high stick. But thanks everybody for joining us for this afternoon special. Little late conference action for you, but as Pete said tonight, Edina hosts the Blaze of Burnsville. I'm still stuck in that mode. And then I'll be traveling to Eden Prairie to watch the Blake Bears and the Eagles square off. Great day of hockey today.
It is a great day of hockey. Back up through center ice. Lagerback gathers over to Keppers. Lacombe, nice job to keep that alive. Trojans bench said that was off, but officials thought differently.
Right. No bias there.
Lewis back up across the line. Dances through a stick check there, stays with it. We're under 10 minutes now.
Oh. Well, it's going to be Lewis. It's going to go for a slash. He slashed Lagerback's stick out of his hands. Really kind of an incidental, but another golden opportunity for this Skippers on the power play. Already been successful on the last power play they've had, and now they get a great opportunity. But it was Lewis that was actually doing some good things. Went for the big skate around looking for an option. Puck danced off his stick. It was Lagerback that got up at the slash, put him in the box.
Newhouse in against Lutke, the old A. Bart
Better hurry
Archer,
up.
willing participant.
Yeah, I wanted to be involved.
So we saw the power play go in full force for the Skippers and put their first goal on the board here in the third period. Could they do it again?
Well, they're going to have to duplicate that effort, but it all starts here.
They're pretty good on it. Bear, Conan now. Down the boards, Peters will leave for Ness. Rings the boards, cut off on the play by Newhouse. Ooh, he toes the line. Looks out front. He's going to walk to the slot, shoots, and a blocker pad save. Newhouse, oh, what a save! Another save. Newhouse looked like he had an easy putback on the rebound, but Bonello went athletic and did not give up on that play.
No, he didn't. Great job by the Wayzata goaltender to keep that puck out of the net, but it's just nice to see Hunter Newhouse taking not only one shot, but subsequently 3 shots, forced the goaltender to make a play.
Shots are now 17-16 in favor of the Skippers, where we saw those were grossly in favor of Minnetonka after 2. Here we go now. Skippers continue on the power play. Newhouse Lagerback's shot was deflected. Newhouse comes away with it, plays up for Miller. Miller now, Kiffin over for Lagerback, left wing side, plays through for Miller. Lagerback loads it up right into the midsection. Ooh. Bonello wasn't sure where that one went. He had to look over his shoulder and make sure he had it, and he did.
Well, he knew he made the initial save, but where the puck was after that. But a nice sauce pass by Lagerback over to Miller. Then Miller reciprocated, getting it back to Lagerback. Good heavy offering, about 1.5 foot glove side. Tried to sneak it between the body and the arm of the goaltender, but nice job by Bonello to keep that puck out of the net. Good power play so far by the Skippers team. Shots are coming in bunches.
Back off the far corner. Kiffin.
Nice spade work by Kiffin on that one.
And he carries it out of the zone to Lagerback on the move across center. Ness gets into him. Checked on the play and play to the corner. At the line, nice job to play down Kiffin. Guides that one back in behind. And this will be sent right back in. By the way, if you're wondering on that game we mentioned earlier, the Red Knights defeated the Academy of Holy Angels Stars by a score of 5-2. Tough game there.
Yep.
Now Lacombe has Lagerback with him. Sauce to Lagerback. Scores! Oh, you couldn't ask for a better spoon feed than that. And Lagerback, the right-handed shot, reached out and swatted it home to tie it at 2.
Well, that's exactly what Minnetonka needed. Now they're chiding the bench a little bit. Show that you've been there before, Tonka. But now it's 2-2, 7:39 left in regulation time. But Minnetonka's obviously has the mojo. It's up to Wayzata to kind of find their game again and push back at that. But Lacombe just put it right on a doily for Lagerbach. Nice redirect from a shallow angle. And for Lagerbach, that's goal number 15, his 4th in the power play.
In deep it goes now, Lucky. Teddy Lagerbach had been pretty much held at bay here in this contest. Power play opens up some space for him, then they start getting some chances. Now it's Quinn. It's like the tale of 2 games here.
Yeah, indeed.
I mean, another rebound. There's another save made by Bonello. But, really, seriously, the Skippers had no scoring chances really brewing for them to speak of in the second period. They had 2 maybe at the start of the first period of the game. And then it's been all Skippers here in the third period.
Well, indeed, they came out, as we said, with some focus. Nice job by Worms to put some pressure on. But Bonello, he's doing a good job of keeping it, but he's having trouble tracking where that puck is going. He's making the initial save, but then he looks around to make sure the rebound isn't out there. So Minnetonka's starting to get into the heads a little bit, maybe, of the Trojan goaltender. He
Over
still
to the
looks
right
good,
wing
though.
side they go. Absolutely. There's a big check thrown in front. Quinn took that from Gatsy, heads to the bench. And on comes Henry. Shallow angle, shot and a save made there by Shantz. We're brand new at 2 here. Off the end boards it goes. Harris to the right wing for Worms, but cut off defensively by Kimlinger. Mortensen's going to chop that back in. Conan gloves it down. Goes hard off the glass and content to just take the icing call and bring it back into their zone.
Well, that was a great shift by the Trojans. Drew Streeter on that great forecheck job. Actually came away with the puck, turned around, came shallow side, and tried to go up high, but it was Shantz that actually read that play and made a really good save, but really a nice shift by Drew Streeter. Very important player on that sequence, but now it's going to be to Shantz's right.
Gardner pushes it wide of the mark. It's Miller now.
You're going NBA there for a second.
Not too long. It wasn't Braemar Arena.
No.
Like. That was a different guy, though.
I know.
It was
Vanille.
full on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was during the tradition. The
here we
park
go.
was so dusty. Here comes Kimlinger. Puck on end. Henry comes away with it. Gathers and plays back in behind. Now it's Griffin Streeter to center ice. Gardner takes a bouncing puck. Nice job to just keep that ahead.
Short hop.
Absolutely. Jorge Polanco back in behind. That's Gardner. Sorry.
Well, he didn't have to throw it
I wonder
to
if
first.
anybody
That's
even
good.
caught that. Oh, you're hard on him, huh?
I'm kidding.
He's an all-star.
I like him.
Koenig plays that one ahead for Lagerbach. Wrister, that's deflected off Gardner, up and out of play.
Well, Lagerbach, he's starting to feel the energy. A lot of times when he scores, his game kind of gets a little bit more focused and he gets a little bit more offensively driven. He did have an option on the right side. Maybe a give and go might have been in order, but a shot on goal at this juncture is not a bad shot. Just a good busy stick by the Trojan defender to ramp it up and out of play.
50-50 on that puck. Back in behind it goes. Waggy. Over to the right wing side. Played back in behind. Lewis back in behind the net. Stays on the puck. Davison is there. Conan working hard off the end boards with Lacombe to help out. Lewis jumps in now. Lacombe pulls it out of the corner. Guides that one ahead for Lagerbach. He'll accelerate across the line. Knocked down the left wing wall it goes. It's going to be Waggy. Oh, nice job. Oh, big pad save. Keppers. I was absolutely awe-inspired on that opportunity. I didn't even know how to describe it. It was just like, there it is.
Well, he showed shot, then did the little delay drag and tried to go far side along the ice, but Bonello said no on that one, but very athletic save by the goaltender, but really a nice save or a nice offering by Keppers on that one. He created space for himself and put a pretty good shot on goal. Just 4:51 left in regulation time.
Wide of the mark, all the way around to the near boards. That's gloved down momentarily. Now out of the zone they go with O'Connell. Looks ahead, that's off the toe of the stick of Kiffin. He's forced back in behind by Keller. He'll bump the boards for the oncoming Miller. And again, it's O'Connell the bother. Outlet to the right wing side, misses the mark. Ness is going to be content to just grab it and throw it in as they touch up. We'll start all over again. Now it's going to be Kiffin who takes that one from Miller. Now Miller again from the left wing side. Peters was there to stop that. Here they go across the line. They've got numbers. O'Connell, left wing side. Oh, Lutke couldn't pull the trigger. Worms wanted to play that one through Ness. Now here comes Harris through center. Harris tries to slice his way through to the forehand. Nice stick by Peters to break that one up. Now it's going to be Quinn back in behind the net for the Skippers. Turns and shoots. Oh, the goaltender's without his stick. That's like Linus without his blanket. Now it's going to be Harris back in behind the net. Net gets knocked up, but it stays on its post and flipped through center ice. It's going to be Conan now with 3:43. This is starting to feel like it's overtime now.
It is.
And icing the call. Meaning next goal wins if there is one.
Well, it seems to kind of be trending that direction, but Ness, nice job picking up the goaltender's stick and giving Linus his blanket back so he can relax and do his job. But 22 shots on goal now for Minnetonka, 17 for Wayzata, so you can tell by just the shots on goal that it's been Minnetonka's period, but 3:38 left to go. It's going to be awful exciting.
How apropos, the final countdown. Winding us into the final countdown of this, the third period. All knotted up at 2. The proverbial something's got to give.
I love the themes that they're putting to the music for the situation.
It's
next
excellent.
level.
I like Kashmir at Braemar when it gets a little bit dicey.
Me too.
Although I got to figure out what song got to shut down on YouTube and make sure they don't play it. Back in across the line. Here's Newhouse to let a shot go that deflects its way through Bonello. Nice job to reach out and spear it.
Well, look where Bonello is in his crease area, too. He came out and was very aggressive getting after that puck because it was a fluttering puck. Obviously didn't get enough stick on that one, so he came out and made sure that he made no mistake about it. So I thought that was a very heads-up play by the Wayzata goaltender. Face-off now in the Wayzata zone.
The good old-fashioned fluttering, sputtering puck. Back in behind the net, played around the boards by Waggy. Left wing pass, misses the mark. They tried to catch Siemens on the lacrosse pass. Left the netted stick back in the locker room. It's how the game's changed, folks. There's a wrister. Rebound gathered in.
Great save.
Now it's going to be Kiffin with it. Looks ahead. Now Lagerback. Slot, he's dangerous. Save Bonello. Rebound, he hangs on. Sticks get up around the net area. Well, nothing will happen from that.
You don't want to get engaged after the whistle. You don't want to miss the last 2:37 of this period. But I thought that kind of caromed off Bonello's mask and into his glove. But another good offering by Minnetonka. They seem to be playing with a kind of a little bit back to Minnetonka with some confidence, making their stops and starts, moving the puck up with efficiency. Lagerbach wheeled and fired it. A good shot on goal. So if Lagerbach's on his game and is getting his shots, that's a good sign for Minnetonka. Keppers
controls back in behind the net. Oh, nice play by Lagerback. He's checked on the play. Off the glass to center. Conan gloves that one down. Now to the right wing side they go with it. In on goal, and that's stopped by Shantz. Oh, I like this extra little feistiness. They're playing for keeps.
Well, and I don't disagree with you, but I don't think it's really appropriate for the situation. I mean, Dylan Lewis for this Wayzata team has been a contributor on this team and an effective player. We don't want him to go to the box, but the referees are at least letting him get it out of their system, not bringing anybody to the box. I love the emotion, just don't let it spill over. Maintaining discipline is very important in this juncture of the game.
Kiffin comes together with O'Connell. Keller is dangerous. He was lurking. Back up to the line for Ness. Ness shot through traffic. Deflects up over the top of the net. That was Lutke on the chance there. Here comes Newhouse. He can fly. Carries this through center. Gets through a couple of sticks. He's going to get thwarted at the line. And here they come back the other way. It's going to be O'Connell. Nice pass underneath Miller's stick for Keller. He gets a shallow angle to the corner as Keller angles him. Terrific. Now it's going to be Keller out of the corner, pushes that wide of the mark. Now it's bumped back in behind. Keller's jersey is almost like a darker color yellow. Is he just sweating that much?
No, he just needs to leave it out in the sun for a while. It's just not faded.
It's wild. He must be a
out,
sweater.
doesn't it?
No, you have the bleeder in boxing. That one's over on the left wing side. Anderson steps up. Now it's Streeter with it. Winds and shoots. Steered out of there by Bonello. 1:04 to go in the period. Keller waits on it. Here he goes up ice with pace. He's going to pull it back a little bit, fatigued. Conan stands him up. Here comes Anderson with pace across the line. Peters finds an angle there. Rolling puck to the corner. Newhouse. Oh, dangles underneath one man, stays on it, continues to turn away from traffic, looks out front. Lagerback was there. He tried to swat at that one. Now it's going to be Peters for Lewis. Lewis has Davison now angling over to help him out as Schneider. Back from the corner. That gets away from Peters. Like out 2-on-1 if they hurry. It's going to be Lagerback with Lacombe. Sauce to Lacombe. Defensed.
Return the favor.
Back in behind. Now it's going to be picked up by Lewis. 18 to go, is it? Yes. In the period, Lacombe stops his man at the line. Now Lacombe back up ice. He's stopped on the play. Fever pitch here from the Pagel Activity Center. Now it's going to be Kiffin across the line. Shoots!
Oh!
Glove save and a beauty. Woo!
And then Lagerbach in front is being corralled by about 4 Wayzata Trojans, but what a great save that was. He reached across his body to snare that in the glove with just 5 seconds left, but a really good offering by Kiffin. He actually navigated his way through a crowded neutral zone and created some space, went to the forehand just by the right hash marks and unleashed a very heavy shot, but big save by Garrett Bonella, the senior goaltender for Wayzata. 5 seconds left. You want to make sure you have 2 good face-off guys. It's going to be Lagerbach in the face-off circle against Ben Ledke. But this face-off is paramount for both teams. Oh, it's going to be Lacombe. Pull it back, Lagerbach in the shooting position. Oh, big win by Ledke.
That is a big win, and they're going to just eat it on the end wall. And ladies and gentlemen, we have overtime. In comes Lagerbach at the whistle. We'll see if a couple guys go here.
Well, he didn't do himself any favors. That was after the whistle. Got a little more aggressive than perhaps he should. But we'll see how the referees interpret this one. But both goaltenders really made some key saves with just 5 minutes to go. But it looks like Lagerbach's going to go. And I don't know who's going to go, but a very valuable player for Minnetonka going off for sure. And we'll have to see. And it looks like it's going to be Litke's talking with the referee. That doesn't mean he's going to go.
Take 2. Yeah, they're going to take 2.
Well, they have to take 2.
So what Pat O'Leary is going to say, and I kind of can't disagree with this one bit, is okay, the whole event occurred by the initial contact, okay? Our guy fights back, right?
Yep.
But then they fight back. So it should be an extra minor is what he's going to argue.
Well, and I would probably say to a certain degree he's right. It was Lagerbach who initiated, but then Lagerbach took a glove to the back of the head, which I think it can't go unnoticed, so to speak. But, I think Coach O'Leary might have a bit of a pretty good argument, but I think they're getting together and they're talking about it to make sure that they make the proper decision. But only the Minnetonka penalty box door was open. Should be. Well, we're going to have that 8 minutes of overtime. As long as we have a moment. Shots on goal 26 for Minnetonka, 18. And keep in mind, Minnetonka came in with 10 shots into this period, so they had 16 shots on goal that period, where 4 for Wayzata. So Minnetonka was the better team in the third period. Wayzata the better team in the first 2 periods, but now we're going to overtime.
Are you going to be okay, David Hillen, packing up and getting over to Eden Prairie Community Center? Do you feel confident? Yeah, I'm going to run. You can get there probably within about 10 minutes from here. I've got a little bit more of the longer drive to Braemar.
Oh, please.
What do you mean, please? I've got
it's
double
like
the
a
drive.
half a mile.
I've got about 20 minutes. You got about 10.
Right, okay.
You can go full-fledged value meal somewhere.
You're
and I'm going to be going with a Braemar hot dog. Oh, good.
Oh, let's pretend that hasn't
Enjoy
happened
your
before.
meal. Right? What I'm getting at is it's a great day of hockey.
Yes, indeed.
We opened up with Benilde St. Margaret's girls and Chaska Chan. Patrick Lilly on the call there. We're here at the Pagel Activity Center.
Congratulations to the Red Knight boys. 5-2 win over a very good Holy Angels squad as well.
Improved to 11-6-2 now on the season due to the Red Knights. Some of these teams are starting to pull away with the wins in crunch time, which is right now.
Well, I think they're starting to kind of get their identity and starting to work that. Every team now should have a decent characteristic of their team.
And if you don't, you won't.
You never will, at least this season, right?
Okay, for overtime, it's 8 minutes. If we're tied after 8, we put it in the books as a tie. The teams will switch sides to get Bart Archer's famed long line change.
And Ledke and Newhouse are kind of going at it skate to skate. Referees' eyes are turned, so they're working them.
Bonello took the snow. This is interesting.
Oh, it is 5-on-4, so it is a power play.
Into the back of the net, kind of along the goal line, like a barrier. I was always, when I wanted it on the post, because I can't tell you how many pucks got hung up in that stuff, right? As a forward, you ran into that a lot.
But Wayzata is on the power play, so it's just Lagerbach that went.
You're right. So Pat O'Leary's battle wasn't really needed.
Well, he got heard, though. Referee's showing the respect.
Well, the power plays have been big for these teams here this year, and let's see what happens here. Back in across the line, they go with Ludke. That's cut off by Kiffin. Ness from the left point looks over to the right side for Mortensen. Chips to the corner. Miller gets there quickly. Keller tries to cut that down, and there's the sure-handed Newhouse. As Hunter Newhouse finds it and just throws it the length of the ice.
And Minnetonka yet to score a shorty this year, so maybe they're due. But Wayzata get a great opportunity on the power play to start the overtime.
Under a minute now, 58 to go on the man advantage. Mortensen rings it hard. That eludes the stick of the goaltender. Shantz back in behind. Kimlinger races this one down. They go off the glass and the length of the ice. That gets underneath Bonello as Peters will regroup behind his own net. A 2-0 lead for the Trojans that was built in the second period dissipated. Turned over. Oh, Henry. Peters wise to just stop, drop,
that a
and
body
roll.
slam?
No, he stopped, dropped, and rolled and got right on the feet of Henry, who would have been off to the races.
It's like a King Kong bunny splash right there.
Schneider with it. No, but when the guy goes down, you whip him off the ropes, you got to jump over him, and someone forgot to tell Henry that part and bounce and come back.
You didn't read the script, right?
That's right. Lewis up to the line. That's off the stick of Waggy. It's been tough sledding here for the Trojans to get anything going with the man advantage. Skipper's doing the job on the PK. Back in behind now. It's off the bench as Lagerbach will see Quinn step on the ice.
It's a big kill.
A very big kill. Now it's going to be Conan with it. Off the boards to center. Peters cuts off and lays that one back in. That hops under the stick of Anderson. They look out to the slot area. Look out. Reaching for it. Held in. Nice job by Mortensen. Keeps it alive. Look out. Mortensen loads and shoots that one wide of the mark.
Not by much.
Ness will play that one down the rail. Podiak was in there as well. Podiak continues to create pressure. Now it's Lewis behind the net. This is 5-on-5, mind you. Conan with a nice check. Now it's Anderson who comes together with Davison, who tries to fight through Lacombe. Davison gets it. This Skipper edition that's been on the ice is fatigued. Played off the glass. That won't be an ice, as it's going to be Ness to quickly transition. That's off the feet of the oncoming Podiak, who plays that one into the corner. Look out! Lagerbach on the breakaway for the win. Oh! He did a little shoulder move, and the puck rolled off the end of his stick. Now try to fight that one. Then he gets hammered on the play by Ness, who stays on him. They'll push that one wide of the mark. Whoa! Now it's off the stick. Miller comes away with it. Guides it over to the near side for Kiffin. Shot through traffic. Held onto by Bonello. And might have been still loose. The Skippers with a chance there, but wow.
Wow. Well, I don't think Minnetonka's going to get a better opportunity than have Teddy Lagerbach all alone. The puck just dancing him a little bit. Nary a shot, but Minnetonka did a nice job of keeping the puck in the zone, but Bonello did a great job of using his vision and tracking that puck through a lot of legs and sticks and hanging on to that. It may have been loose, but the whistle is indeed called. 4:28 left in this overtime period. Minnetonka with an offensive zone faceoff after a big kill. But
They're trying to
Lagerbach
sneak
all
Carson
alone.
Peters on here after the hand went up, and
Can't blame Coach O'Leary for trying.
back on goes Mortensen.
Lutke gets tossed. Now it's
Keller
going
and
to Keller.
Newhouse. Keller pushes over. Waggy all the way around hard for O'Connell. Back up into center. Sidestepping a check is Lutke. He has Keller. Shoots. Rebound. Another shot. Oh! And that was Mortensen who had a bid, but that was blocked. Back door. That one's deflected. Scores! Oh, the man they wanted off the bench. Mortensen, the game winner, as Wayzata wins in overtime.
Well, that was a really good job by Wayzata just turning the play back in. But as you said, it was Mortensen trying to get him off for another player. It's good that he was on the ice, but that one just eluded the Minnetonka goaltender who's being consoled by his teammates. He did everything he could to give them a chance to win, but it all comes down to that Lagerbach breakaway. If that puck didn't roll, we might have had a different situation, but Wayzata took advantage of the second chance opportunity, came down, buried it. And coming into Pagel and winning 3-2 in overtime has to have Coach O'Leary feel pretty good about where his squad is. They've taken down Eden Prairie. Now they've taken down Minnetonka in Minnetonka. It's not going to get any easier for this Trojan team, but what a great showing today by both squads.
That's after seemingly kind of getting hammered by Edina, even though they had the shots on goal advantage, 4-0. And then they come in here, give up the 2-goal lead, come back with an overtime winner. The part that blew me away is it was Mortensen who scores it, and they were trying to get Peters out. But the key component to those turnovers and those opportunities was Wayzata stayed strong on the puck in the offensive zone, creating numerous chances there, and they stayed with it. But what an incredible hockey game between these two teams. Bart, it's truly a pleasure to be a part of this one.
No, absolutely. Awesome. Now I'm going to get a little teary that you're going to go to a different venue, but I think it all started with Ben Lutke coming in, using his body to separate, and then they came down with some numbers. But you have to feel for Brandon Chance. He really played an outstanding game and made some key saves, and still some conversations after, but it's a little bit more amicable than it was after the period break. But a great exhibition of Lake Conference hockey today.
Pretty classic stuff. So Kiffin and Ness have got something going on here.
Well, there's probably some
mystery. They're still going at it. The coaches were having a kumbaya moment, and those two continue. Now Pat's just saying, let's go, and he's standing between the two. Yeah, if I were Griffin Ness, I wouldn't deal with Pat O'Leary. I'd just let that go.
No, just get to the locker room, enjoy the win, and get ready for your next game.
Or if I was Duke Kiffin, sorry. Well, there it is, your final score. The Wayzata Trojans 3, and the Minnetonka Skippers 2. We're going to be coming to you live from the Eden Prairie Community Center, EP and Blake, and then from the Braemar Arena, Edina and Burnsville. For Todd Grover, David Hill, and Bart Archer, Tom Streeter, I'm Pete Wagner. So long, everybody.